You are welcome to another class for EDT811. This is a third class for the online class, and this one for the recording that we can watch on the Feeling. Once again, my name is Dr. Ayodeji Muideen, and we want to continue with where we stopped last lesson and where we stopped in the classroom. So today we're going to discuss and identify the objective of communication. We're going to talk about the dimensions of communication, and we also define communication to ourselves and see those components where how they work together to make sure and achieve effective communication process. So how are we going to do this? Let's go to the class and enjoy ourselves. You're welcome. Let's go. Hello everyone, you are welcome to another class of this EDT811. This is going to be the third lesson for Feeling. So you are welcome once again. My name is Dr. Ayodeji Muideen Badmus. What are we going to learn today? We're going to discuss on the objective of communication process. Let's see what we have for the learning outcome. So today we are going to identify objective of communication. We are going to state the three main type of the communication. Then we go to define communication process and differentiate among the components of communication. So let's start with the objective of communication. So one of the objectives is to stimulate participatory decision making and critical thinking, and this encourages participants to present their view before arriving at decision. So a communication gives room for individual and the organization on where they find themselves to contribute meaningfully to decision making and for the progress of the institution. Another one is to enhance morale. Enhance morale when the opportunity is given for the employee to channel their own view. It boosts their morale and maintain the discipline and good rapport between the managers and the subordinates. So it's also develop people communication process. To develop people communication process is indispensable for a sound personnel development program. That is one of the objectives, and the last one is for effective control. So communication is central to control system. So if you remember, one of the purpose of communication is to inform, to persuade, and this is one of it. So it is instrument for delegation and for transmission to the lowest level of the organization. So these are the objectives. So let's talk about the dimension of communication. There are three dimensions of communication, and the first one is downward communication. We have upward communication and horizontal communication. So what about the downward communication? These are the communication from the top to the bottom. That is from the principal to the teacher, from the manager to the subordinate. So this is a kind of processing information from the top of the organization to the subordinate of the bottom of the ladder, and there is an order given by the manager, even by the manager with the intention of making itself understood by the employees. So it happens from different organizations at the school, in the university, where the vice chancellor will give instruction to the lecturers or to the all other principals officer. So this downward communication. So the next one is upward communication, and this one starts communication that flow from the bottom to the top, where the teacher can also have their own view given to the principal. So this refers to the process of communication where information is transmitted from the subordinate of the bottom of the ladder of their boss at the top of the ladder. So it's the process of information flowing from the lower levels of hierarchy to the upper level. So this gives opportunity to the staff or whoever from the lowest level of the organization to give their own opinion, to give their own view, to pass to the manager in the organization. So the upper communication is the process by which lower level company employees can directly communicate with upper management to provide feedback, lay their complaint and suggestion regarding day-to-day operation of the company. This is very, very important and give opportunity for institution or organization for the lower rank of staff to give their own view to the progress of the organization. So the next one is horizontal communication. This kind of communication has no seniority, has no hierarchy. The communicators, they are of the same level. They are of the same level. So it's a kind of communication between one department within an organization. It's communication between the two friends, between teacher to teacher, between student to student, between school to school, country to country. So it's a transmission of information between the people's division, department, and of the same levels. So this one is one of it, and it's common. Students of the same group can communicate to themselves, and it is also called lateral communication, which involves flow of messages between individuals and groups of the same level of an organization. So let's have 1 minute to answer the question. It's a class activities. How do you relate upward communication to classroom situation? Answer can be submitted to our classroom forum. So let's continue. So what about the communication process? If you remember, we discussed about the communication where we define communication to ourselves as the word that comes from the Latin word from communis, which means to share. So we can share information, we share knowledge, we share attitude, we share feelings, we share so many things ourselves. So but the communication process is a two-way process through which message passes from the sender, source, originator on a code to the destination or receiver or decoder. So it also can be defined as a line of communication flow from the sender to the receiver. There are so many ways through it have been defined. The comprehensive definition of communication process is this one, 2006, which says that communication involves the source and message. That is, the source is the sender. The sender is the person that is sending the message at the mental level, which forms the encoded message. So the message can then pass through a transmission unit, and this unit can be in form of anything that can transmit the information. And it could be print, it could not print, it could be television, it could be here, it could be through means of transmitting information. So and channel through a suitable channel, and the channel could be here, could be wire, could be paper or light, could be board, could be computer, to the receiver motor skill. The receiver to have the ability to interpret or decode the message. So and the message therefore decoded into mental symbol at the destination, which is the brain of the receiver. So this is one of the comprehensive definition of communication process. What are the components of communication? So each communication, if you can see we are communicating, these components have to be involved. So number one is the source of communication. The source of communication is the origin of communication, is the sender, who the sender that's sending the message to the receiver. So the process of communication normally starts with a source of communication, and the process of communication has to be initiated by somebody. The person can be a teacher, could be a student, could be anyone can originate a message. So it's generally referred to as sender in the language of communication technology, and the source originator of the information. The second one is the content of communication. So this is the message or information at which the sender is sending to the receiver. In the classroom situation, the lesson content which the student and the teacher is passing or transmitting to the student is referred as the content or the message. So that is the content of the communication. So this may be well organized and structured, and as in the case of the planned classroom teaching. So it's well organized, that is message, so that it will give room for receiver to decode very well and understand whatever might be encoded in the information. So the third one is the media or channel of communication. This means the way at which the information is transmitting to the receiver. So the media or channel usually take two distinct forms. These are verbal, spoken or written word, and non-verbal, gesture or sign language or symbol. So these are the means at which information can be passed. Information can also be passed through technology like computer, like media, like television. So in any way at which information can be passed from the sender to the receiver. The fourth one is the receiver. The receiver is the destination at which the message is ending. So the receiver is the person who remains at the receiving end of the communication. He is to receive the encoded intended message of the source of communication. So the receiver also could refer to as listener, the reader, the observer, the audience, and in a place where they are receiving the information, and is also called audience or decoder. In a classroom situation, the receiver is the student, could be student and could be the teacher as well. So it depends in the way the classroom is going, and at a particular time teacher can serve as the source and the student also can serve as the source, and it's also occur where the student will be the source and the teacher will serve as the receiver. So let's have 1 minute to answer these class activities. In what ways can students in the classroom serve as the source of the communication? You're welcome. Let's also submit the answer to the discussion forum. Thank you and God bless you. Let's meet in the class. Thank you.